It's just gone so fast. Half a year old already. Very randomly rolled his sleep went dramatically downhill. You're sexy! JASPER'S, the baby. Hello, and in today's video I am doing Jasper's 6-month update. If you're new here, then my name is Grace and I'm mum to 2 little boys. Jasper here is my second son, who is now 6 months old. I've also got a toddler, Elliot, who will be turning 2 in May. So I do lots of baby updates on this channel, and I basically focus on motherhood and life in between. So if you like that kind of thing, check out some of my other videos and hit subscribe if that's your kind of jam. But yeah, today is going to be Jasper's 6-month update, and I'll quickly just explain the way that I do baby updates on this channel, because I know that everyone does them differently. Some people do them monthly. I do baby updates every 3 months, and I talk about everything that's happened basically. So since Jasper's was 3 months and now he's 6 months. So with all that said, let's get into his update. Starting off, just after Jasper turned 4 months old, he very randomly rolled from his front to his back. He did it about 3 times in the same day, and he's never done it since. And it really messed him up for a few days because he was quite like buzzing from it, because when babies like do like new big milestones, it kind of affects their sleep patterns and stuff like that, which I'll go on to speak about in a minute. But yeah, like one day he just like went from his front to his back, and he did it a couple of times. I think I've even got it on film, so if I've got it on film I will include it here. Go on. Yeah! Oh my goodness, what the hell? So he has rolled over. He isn't rolling over like from front to back or back to front yet. Basically he's not rolling yet, but he's very close to rolling over. But one big thing that he has now achieved and mastered is sitting. Jasper sat up, like he's sitting up properly now on his own, unassisted. He's been doing it for a few weeks now. He did it a little bit ahead of Elliot. I think that Elliot started sitting literally the week he turned 6 months, whereas Jasper started sitting on his own a few weeks before he turned 6 months, and he's sitting like for really long stretches of time, like on his own now without toppling over. His balance has got really good. You're sitting! Clever! Look at you! Wow, Jasper! That's been a really big exciting thing that's happened recently, and he is very close to rolling over. Like he like twist on his side, and I think that he'll roll over very soon too. As you can see, that Jasper has started to take a dummy again, because if you've been around here for a long time you might already know that when Jasper was a few weeks old we tried him with a Suva dummy, which he had for a few weeks and then he just rejected it. But back in December he started accepting a dummy again, just because, as I said, from about the age of 4 months, this one went through like the 4th leap. If you follow the Wonder Weeks app, they talk about leaps, and I'm not sure how strictly I follow them, but they just tell you basically all about these big new changes and developments that your baby goes through. And his hit really hard. It's like a big leap. It's a big development that babies go through around the 4-month age anyway, and he definitely went through it. His sleep went dramatically downhill from 4 months. He was sleeping quite well up until then, and from around the age of 4 months Jasper has not been sleeping very well. He needs a lot of support from us. I say us, me. In the evenings he will not accept his dad at all. He just wants me, mummy. He needs a lot of support and help to get off to sleep at night. He really just fights it. I think he's got a lot of FOMO. He just, as you can see, he's like really like interested in everything around him, and he doesn't want to switch off. So yeah, he's been quite different to his brother in the sense that Elliot loved routine. We still try and do like a bedtime, nighttime routine for the boys, but Jasper doesn't seem to accept it. He doesn't accept that it's bedtime. He needs a lot of help to go off to sleep, like lots of breastfeeding, lots of rocking, and he just takes ages to go off to sleep. Then he doesn't go for very long stretches anymore. He's up in the night. In my last update, I think I was saying that he'd slept for like 11 hours once. He has not slept for longer than 5 hours without us. At the minute he's got a bit of a cold. He's a little bit bunged up. Do you not want that? So he's also been co-sleeping. He's in our bed. Basically, if we can't put him down in his own bed at night, he will sleep in with us, on me, in between us. So yeah, night times are a little bit crazy, all over the place. There's no rhyme or reason. Some evenings he'll sleep okay and some evenings he doesn't. But we have started putting him, now he's 6 months old, in his room here, like for the first stretch of the night. Last night, for example, he slept in our bed all night. So every night is very, very different. Whereas our firstborn, very predictable, and he just slept like very easily. Whereas Jasper has been quite different in that sense. Not really sleeping too good anymore, but I do remember Elliot went through that around 6 months. Teeth might also be an issue or coming into play. So there's lots of things going on with babies at this age. So we're just trying to roll with it as much as possible. And he is a bit of a mummy's boy, this one. So he also knows now the minute he wakes up and he's not in my arms, he's not happy. So yeah, we've got a little needy boy on our hands. Speaking of teeth, he doesn't actually have any teeth that have come through yet, but he is definitely teething. He's still breastfeeding and he has been biting down on me quite a lot in the last week or so. So I wouldn't be surprised if they erupt any minute. But yeah, as of yet, there's no teeth that have shown through. A bit like Elliot at 6 months, no teeth yet. I think I mentioned this in Jasper's last update, that he held his fist really, really tight as a baby. Like, he just used to clench his fist all day long. He's stopped doing that now, which is good. They are meant to stop that about the age of 3 or 4 months. So yeah, he doesn't do that now. As you can see, his palm is like relaxed, but he has got a really strong grip, and I think he's got a lot of arm strength. He's quite a like fidgety baby. He always was, like in my tummy he fidgeted and moved around. And another thing that has changed since our last update is that Jasper's hair has gone really light. I was convinced that Jasper was going to be a dark haired baby, but I'm not too sure now because he's gone a lot fairer. When he was born he was jet black. It's now kind of like a mousy blonde, I would say, and in certain lights it's looking quite blonde. So in the next update you could be a little blonde baby, couldn't you, babes? His eyes are still blue. So we've got 2 blue-eyed, possibly blonde-haired boys. I was convinced he was going to be dark-haired, but yeah, not so sure now. Speaking of like physical things, Jasper is averagely sized, I would say. He is now just started to wear 6 to 9 month clothes, which is what he should be in, I suppose. Elliot was probably a bit ahead. He was a bit of a bigger baby, definitely, compared to Jasper, but he's quite stocky. This is what he's looking like. You understand? Elliot used to really like being held to stand, whereas Jasper's not that interested. So yeah, this is what he's like looking like size-wise. I'll try and insert some cutaways while I'm talking as well. So yeah, he's in 6 to 9 month clothes, although these trackies are a bit smaller. I think these are 3 to 6 months. He's outgrown them. As I mentioned, he was exclusively breastfed. I'm going to do a separate video all about our breastfeeding journey, so I won't speak about that now. But yeah, he's also started weaning, of course, which is an exciting new thing to happen in the last few weeks. I think we started, I started in January. He was about 5.5 months when I started weaning, because he has got excellent hand-eye coordination. He was showing a lot of interest in wanting to be up at the table with the rest of the family. So we started off by buying a high chair for him to sit at and just watch what was going on, so he could sort of experience mealtime. And then we've just done like taste of food. So yeah, he's now weaning. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see a what my baby eats in a day video. I had them requested on my channel before, so if you want to see what Jasper is weaned on, I will make that video for you. So yeah, he's got really good hand-eye coordination, whereas at this age, Elliot's wasn't that great. Like, he would just like fling the spoon off Elliot, whereas Jasper holds onto the spoon and puts it up to his mouth quite quickly. He also really liked this little weaning gadget that we've got where you can put a bit of food in it and he sucks on that. Yeah, he's got good hand-eye coordination, which has been helping with the weaning. With Elliot, we were just like literally the only book that we would read him was Peter Rabbit, because his nursery was Peter Rabbit themed. But Jasper does, now that Elliot's a bit older, I've been reading them the Julia Donaldson books, so Jasper gets to listen to a bit of that. They both really like being read to, and he seems to enjoy that too, Jasper. So they both enjoy being read to. And speaking of his big brother, he really enjoys just watching Elliot play, and they've started interacting with each other now that Jasper's a little bit more interactive in himself. You can see Jasper watching Elliot, and he seems to really enjoy that and get pleasure out of watching his brother. So I'm hoping that they're going to have little play buddies in each other, and it'd be really nice when they do eventually start to play together. But I'm sure they will, because Jasper's already interested in what is going on around him with his brother. It's just gone so fast that he's half a year old already. I can't believe that. Time when you've got 2 children, it just slips away. The fact that he's been here with us for half a year is just unbelievable, isn't it? So this is what he looks like. Totally different sort of baby to his brother. As they say, no 2 babies are the same. So I think because we've got 2 children, we have found, obviously when you've only got the one and you're first time parents, you've got so much time to put into your first child. Whereas when you've got 2, like you just are so busy, there's so much constantly to do, and Jasper is a little bit more like complex in himself. We're still like trying to understand his needs because he's totally different to Elliot and sort of cater to what he needs. But yeah, we've like I say, we respond to him when he needs us, especially like with sleep and stuff. Other than that, he has been a lot more settled like in the day and enjoying interacting and playing, haven't you? And you're looking at me like, what are you talking about, mummy? What are you talking about, mummy? I'm going to wrap this video up here because I don't want to make them too long. But yeah, that is what's happened to Jasper. I wouldn't be surprised if he rolls over really soon, to be honest. Give this video a big thumbs up if you like baby updates and you want to see more. Next one for Jasper will be in a further 3 months. And I will do Elliot's next update when he turns 2. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again really soon.